The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
This is Beyond Confidence with your host, Divya Parekh. Do you want to live a more fulfilling life? Do you want to live your legacy and achieve your personal, professional, and financial goals? Well, coming up on Divya Parekh's Beyond Confidence, you will hear real stories of leaders, entrepreneurs, and achievers who have stepped into discomfort, shattered their status quo, and are living the life they want. You will learn how relationships are the key to achieving your aspirations and financial goals. Moving your career or business forward does not have to happen at the expense of your personal or family life, or vice versa. Learn more at www.divyaparekh.com, and you can connect with Divya at contact@divyaparekh.com. This is Beyond Confidence, and now here's your host, Divya Parekh.
So, hello, this is Divya, and yes, I know in our realm of world, I'm always talking about influence, executive presence, online visibility, charisma, leadership, and how can you create influence and impact on others? So yes, this is very, very important because without this, you cannot do it. Now, on the same token, if we were to look at the other side of the coin, it's important that we are in good physical health. Because if you're in chronic pain, then forget about influencing and impacting anybody else. All you're going to be focused is on how can I get rid of this pain? Because I do have a neck pain and a back pain, so I know what it feels like. And hence the reason we are bringing you our wonderful guest who is going to tell you what's going on right now in the US and give you exactly what to do. So welcome, Diane.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here, and I'm excited to tell everybody about this wonderful therapy. I will start by giving you a little background of me. I'm a licensed massage therapist since 1999. I'm a medical massage practitioner, and I took my first active isolated stretch class in 2003. My body was broken. So I know all about chronic pain because doing massage is very, very hard work. So my neck was in pain. I was getting migraines on a regular basis. Years ago, I saw an article in Time magazine about migraines and how much they hurt. And they explained it to a T, but they did not give any good solutions. Migraines are horrible. I had lower back pain. I had what's called sciatica. So I was really broken, and I kept getting this flyer in the mail: work smarter, not harder, and how to help or cure so many ailments. There was about 25 different ailments on that list. And I said, bull dinkies, there's no way. How can one therapy help so many problems? You know, migraines, hammer toes, sciatica, bursitis, just to name a few. There was so many problems. But if you think about it, most of the problems that people have in their body is muscular pain. And unfortunately, doctors learn so much about the body and what to do, internally, and about all the medications that we can take. But of course they know of muscles, but they don't know what to do for a muscle. In reality, massage therapists are kind of like muscle doctors. I mean, I've been working with muscles hands-on for 24 years. So I work with them. I can feel it. I know the knots. So what happens is when we're young, our muscle fibers are nice and loose. And that's why babies and toddlers can just fall and have no problems. But then life happens, and stress and overuse and repetitive use and accidents and all this other stuff. And it makes our muscles really tight. Now, that Is a shot going to open that muscle? No. Is a pill going to open that muscle? No. You know, there's all these stretching places popping up, which I'm really happy for, because people are understanding the importance and the benefit of stretching. But unfortunately, they hold a stretch. So if you think about it, if your muscle is this tight and you hold that stretch, you're not really doing much. You're just pulling those muscle fibers that much and you're done. Now, what I've learned is you hold that stretch for 2 seconds and you do reps, because that muscle that's attached to the tendon, which attached to the bone, which is what's causing herniations, bulging, sciatica, stenosis. You know, stenosis is your nerve being impinged. Why is it being impinged? Because that muscle is pulling that bone out of place. Now, chiropractors put your bones in place again, but did that open the muscle? No. So what I was taught from one of the leading experts, there's 3 leading experts in this country. One of them, Michael Young from Colorado, Aaron Mattis from Sarasota, Florida. He works with so many sports figures. I went to see him. He's wonderful. He was a really wonderful teacher. And the Wharton Stretch Book. These 3 experts have been in this country for over 60 years. But and yet, unless you're fortunate enough to stumble upon somebody who's learned like I did, I have 95 hours of training in this therapy, and the miracles that I've seen over the years just with myself. So when I first learned this stretch, like I said, I was getting migraines. So when I saw the teachers do, it just blew my mind of what they did to these people, and the people felt fabulous. Our bodies are capable of a lot more stretching power than we give it. Like I said, if you just hold that stretch, you're just going to pull on that muscle and be done. But when I learned the neck stretch and I started doing 2-second stretches, I mean, you could just try this. If you put your hands behind your head, now we all do this, right, to stretch our neck, but do it 2-second style. So you pull it down, breathe out, hold it that 2 to 3 seconds, release, go back, breathe, release. You do at least 5 to 7 reps, shake it out, make nice. When you stretch a muscle, you should make nice to it, because afterwards, it's like, wait, what did you do? You make nice? And then you go back into that stretch. And when you go do reps of, like, say, 5 to 7, and you go back, that's where the magic happens, because then that muscle is already warmed up and it knows what you're doing. And the range of motion that you get increases. The lactic acid and all the toxins that are built up in your muscles release, and the muscle stops pulling, because once you give it back the length that you're supposed to have, then you really have strength in a muscle. Because, you know, we're so used to work it out. Yes, strength is great in a muscle, but there is a thing as too much. And so when we work it out a little bit, just enough, and then you stretch it out, that is a very healthy, happy muscle. And then so are your bones. I mean, when I do my stretches, I get adjustments in my thoracic spine, in my lumbar spine, in my neck, and it's all natural. My bones adjust themselves. They go back into the place that they need to be. And it really just lets you live a happier, healthier life, knowing how to take care of your muscles. I wrote a book, You Can If You Say You Can, and it shows all of the stretches to help your body feel better. It features my 86-year young mom who does these stretches on a regular basis, and she can go dancing. She still walks. She needs a knee replacement because she's done the polka for so many years. And that's really hard. When you bound, like runners, when you pound on the pavement, you really, you hit the joint. But I also have my stretching DVD, which is 52 minutes of full body stretching. So what I love about these stretches is once you learn how to do them and you're out somewhere or you have a friend and they say, this really has been bothering me, then you can show them how to stretch their bodies and make themselves feel better. I love when my clients come back in and they're like, thank you so much. And I said, why are you thanking me? They said, because you showed me what to do and I showed my friend and now she feels better. So I love when people pay it forward. When you see somebody in pain and then they come back and they say, I'm doing these stretches and oh my God, you were so right. During the pandemic, my clients came back and they said that I'm so grateful to have known how to take care of my body. When anything starts hurting, I know how to stretch it properly and how to get rid of that pain. It was really interesting because I was doing a stretch class and I had this lady, Maxine, and she had shoulder surgery and she was going to physical therapy and they only did so much. But when she started doing the stretch, her face was all crunched up and she really didn't have any range of motion. And then after a while, because let's face it, it took a while for your muscle to get that tight. You are going to have to work on it. It's like a live it. I don't call them diets because we're going to live it longer. So when you go on a live it, you're not going to see results right away. But the good thing about these stretches is you feel good right away, but lasting results take a little while. So Maxine came to my stretch class and she was doing it. And all of a sudden, one day, she had her arm all the way up here. And she was telling me about her daughter going to come visit with the grandkids. And her arm was just flying up in the air. And I said, Maxine, look at your arm. And she looked at it and she was amazed. She was like, oh my God, Diane, I have no pain in my shoulder. That's true healing. And that is you helping yourself. It's simple. It takes 10 minutes a day. I give myself 15 to 20 minutes because I use my body a lot and I'm a little rough on it. Doing massages are, like I said, is rough work. So I give myself 20 minutes a night. I recommend you do it at night because that's when you heal. When you sleep is when your body heals naturally. So you do them just before you go to bed. And then this way, when you get into that bed, you take that deep breath, fill up your belly. Don't do shallow breathing because if you breathe in and your belly goes in, you're only breathing like in your lungs, but you want to fill up your body. So you take that deep breath in, hold it, think it, breathe in all the good thoughts and all the healing thoughts. And then you release any of the negativity from the day. Excuse me. Any negativity of the day, and you just drop your belly, let your belly come in, drop your head, your neck, your shoulders. And then after you've stretched and you've done this, you can go to sleep so relaxed and get a good night's sleep. A lot of people think that they have to stretch in the morning, but if you stretch in the morning, it's kind of counterproductive because you wake up stiff, you stretch, you do the day, you get into bed, you're stiff. When you stretch at night is when the real healing happens. With chronic pain being the number one ailment in the US right now, this is a problem. And this is a real solution to this problem. So, and like I said, it's really simple. Once you learn these stretches, you just do them on a regular basis and you really feel better. So I'm hoping that everybody can get on the bandwagon and start helping themselves feel better naturally, because there is a tried and true solution, and it is a real solution.
Diane, that was so helpful. I've been looking at it. So now you've given like, what the thought goes into it, and just not just doing the stretch, but like, giving it more attention. So important. So now let's say so many of us are sitting at our chairs for 8 hours, 10 hours, even maybe more. Some people are standing now because the new warning is that the sitting is worse than smoking. So while we're sitting, can you show us some stretches for our back and neck so that we can have good posture and prevent any pains and aches that may come along?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. Yeah, I suggest, people who smoke go out for a break. So I suggest that you take your break, your smoking break, as a stretching break instead. So, put a timer on I love telling people to put a timer on, 45 minutes, an hour. Just take time for yourself. And there's things that you can do at your desk. Everybody's hunched over at their computers and everything else. So that really makes it's called your platysma in your neck and your pec muscles. And that's how you get the hump in your neck, because it gets too tight and it pulls. So what you want to do is bring it back. Now, I suggested that we stretch at night. So I'm going to show you how to do this at your chair, but then at night, do it on your bed. To me, I call this the off the bed stretch. It's amazing. That takes 3 minutes. When clients come in here and if they haven't done it, I'm like, there's no excuse. It's 3 minutes. You stretch off your bed before you get in it. But the premise of it is you get to the edge of your bed and where just the top of your head goes off. So if you have one of those high chairs, just put your head tilted up. And then what you want to do is put your arms up over your head. Just doing that, you're going to feel the stretch in your pecs, your biceps, your triceps, in the front of your neck, right?
Yeah.
Breathe out. Now, we want to get those rhomboids, which is between your shoulder blades, which, oh my gosh, they really hurt. So clasp your fingers together, turn them out, and now come up over your head and look at the ceiling again.
Oh,
Breathe.
wow.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, yeah, I get it. Like what you're talking about, those rhomboids between those shoulders. Wow.
Yes, that really helps.
And how long do we hold the stretch for?
You just breathe it out and then come back out. See, it's just holding it for 3 seconds. That's all.
Oh, wow. Oh, I already
right? Don't you feel
that.
a difference already?
Yeah.
And that neck. So now, like I said before, if you put your hands behind your head and just pull it down, now only hold it one breath out and then come back up. So go down, breathe out, back up. Again, and then back up. We'll do one more. Back down, and then back up.
Oh.
Roll your shoulders, always make nice on muscles. They like that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Diane, like, in the back, like, how there are like where your scapula is and that area right to the left of it, like those areas also kind of get tight because they're holding those muscles. Any stretches?
That's the rhomboid. And it really is a pain. There's 2 great ones that I do for the rhomboid. One is if you just take your arm around, like you're going to touch your shoulder, and then you go up with your chin. Now your chin, yes, very good. Your chin goes on your shoulder, breathe. And then lower on your neck. And then lower across your chest. And then where you feel that is where you would do more of those. Oh, that's where I feel it. So you're going to do like 5 to 7. Shake it out, and then come back and do another 5 to 7. Like I said, when you come back for that second set, you do a set of 5, then you come back for that second set of 5 to 7, and that's where the magic happens. Now, when we do cardio for 5 or 10 minutes, it's okay. When you do cardio for 15 or 20 minutes, that's where you get the healing. So that's what I suggest here. You do at least 20 reps in one sitting.
Okay.
Some people think they do 5 and then they'll do 5, 20 throughout the day. No, because all what you do with that is you play with, you're messing with that muscle and then you're walking away. Now, like I said, when you come back for that second set, Now you're talking.
Mm.
Now, also what I call the football player stretch, which is a wonderful stretch. Would you like to do that one?
Yes.
All right. That one's we could do it seated. So in your chair, I'm going to try to get you to see me. So what you do is in your chair, you open your legs.
Okay.
You put your hands in on your legs like a football player, like hut, hut.
Yeah.
And then what I'm going to do is you tuck your head all the way down and you bring your shoulders forward. So then you breathe out and then back up. You feel that when you bring your shoulders
Oh,
forward?
yeah.
Yes. Now, if you have a chair that has, like a bar on it, you can grab the bar and then pull your shoulders forward. And what that does is it does there's a muscle called your erector spinae that attaches at your neck and goes all the way down to your lumbar spine. So you're stretching that one too. It's a really great one. You want to try that again?
Can you show me so where do the arms go on the?
Sure. All right. I'm gonna do it standing so that you see how it looks. So it's doing it standing. You get hut, hands down.
Yeah.
What you do is you see how my elbows come forward.
I see that.
I mean, even if you could stand at your desk and do that one feels amazing. And again, you hold it for 2 seconds then you come out of it, right? Doesn't it feel nice?
It does feel nice. And 20, you said, right? Reps of total of 5 and do it
you do
4
5,
sets of 5.
If you're comfortable, you could do 7 or 2 sets of 10, however you work it out, as long as you do 20.
Got it.
It's up to you. I always say, listen to your body. If it's unhappy, stop doing it, make nice, and then come back and do more. And then you're going to find that, oh, okay, that does feel better. You'll feel the muscle getting warmer.
Absolutely.
And then don't forget to drink your water.
Yes.
I
have my water right there.
It's so good for us. And remember what kind of water you're drinking. A lot of people do those water bottles. That's not good for our environment, but I personally have a Berkey filter. You should check your water, make sure that it's pure and everything else. So, but water is so important for us,
It sure
especially when you're
is.
using your muscles, you got to release those toxins that you're releasing from your muscles. So,
oh, this is so powerful. And what, several of my clients are always complaining about shoulder aches, especially people who are playing sports, right?
Exactly. A lot of times, we'll think it's the rotator cuff, but rotator cuff is deep. When you point to your deltoid, which is what you did, because up right here at your AC joint is where your deltoid attaches. So what you want to do with that is, I think, vaudeville, you put your arm out straight, lock that elbow, bring it across your chest, and then pull. Now you see how you bend your arm? I don't know why. I guess it's the body's defense of going, but you got to keep it locked.
Keep it straight.
Yes. And then come up by the elbow and pull. And then release. And then release. Doing this one saves the deltoid. The deltoid, I find, is the most forgiving muscle. The upper traps, they work so hard and everything else. And that piriformis, which is a pain in the butt, the piriformis is really, that gives us so much lower back pain. You want to stretch the piriformis?
Sure.
Yes, let's do the piriformis. Okay. Now this one, highly recommend. You're sitting at your desk, your lower back is killing you. Instead of being in pain, get yourself a lumbar pillow. I have these mesh things, something to support your lumbar spine.
And then also I also have I'm just kind of showing, I also have for sitting, and then I've got my lumbar pillow as well. Yep. Oh,
I'm with you.
got the
same one. Yes. Good job. Very happy. Okay. So what you do with this one is you want to bring your leg. Again, I'm going to try to show you. You want to bring your leg up onto your other leg. Walk that foot that's in front of you out so you can see it. And then you pull up on your foot, you push down on your leg, and bring your whole torso forward, not your head. It has nothing to do with your head. You bring your torso forward. Breathe out. Shh. And release. You feel that? Yeah, that's a good one. So again, pull up on your foot, push down on your leg, and whole torso forward. You try to look at the foot that's in front of you. Shh. And then come back. That's good, right? Breathe. Shh.
Oh, yeah.
You feel that right in your hip and right in your groin area. I mean, that really loosens that hip like no other. And
it's amazing.
It's amazing. A lot of people, when they first start this, when they put their leg up, that's how tight it is. I mean, your leg should be all the way down here. And then you pull up, push down, and lean forward. It's amazing. And again,
amazing. Yes.
Do that at your seat. And then, like I said, I mean, it's not going to be long lasting until you've done them for a while, but you get instant relief. I mean, just a little bit we did. You feel a little bit, right?
Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much, Diane. So folks, we covered a lot of body areas. And now if you really want to bring that healing and nice, relaxed muscles, Diane, why don't you share with us about your book and where can we find it and your CD? And
yes, it's more like a reference book. I mean, it shares some really good tips on how to stay healthy naturally. But it features my 85-year young mom. You can, if you say you can. It's that simple. And you can find it at www.getthenotsout, GETTHEKNOTS, OUT.org. And then you can see some more about what I do and what I've done, and it's pretty cool. I'm really excited about this.
Oh, I'm so excited because I'm already feeling so loose. I've just done it 3 or 4 stretches.
Yes.
So definitely going to put it into action, those 20 stretches.
Yes. And the off the bed. The off the bed is only 3 minutes a night. You stretch off it before you get in it. Our brain hears what our mouth says. So you tell yourself, I'm going to stretch off it before I get in it.
Yes. No, fantastic. And so folks, when you are feeling healthy, that's when you can have that influence and impact. So thank you, Diane, for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, it's my pleasure and joy. So hope folks, you will find this lot helpful to you so that you can be healthy, because we are here to serve and support you. So be well and take care.
Thank you for being part of Beyond Confidence with your host, Divya Parekh. We hope you have learned more about how to start living the life you want. Each week on Beyond Confidence, you hear stories of real people who have experienced growth by overcoming their fears and building meaningful relationships. During Beyond Confidence, Divya Parekh shares what happened to her when she stepped out of her comfort zone to work directly with people across the globe. She not only coaches people how to form heart connections, but also transform relationships to mutually beneficial partnerships as they strive to live the life they want. If you are ready to live the life you want and leverage your strengths, learn more at www.divyaparekh.com. And you can connect with Divya at contact@divyaparekh.com. We look forward to you joining us next week.